Well, in the world of texting and being judgmental, I saw this stat. 1/3 of single women say they wouldn't go on a date with a bad speller. 1/3 of single women say they wouldn't go on a date with a bad speller.
How do you spell high maintenance?
1/3, 33% of women, really?
Look, if you want a smart guys know how to spell. And a lot of girls want a smart guy.
So you're telling me if a guy's 100% awesome in every way, shape, or form, he treats you great, he's a great guy. I forgot you're not allowed to open doors for girls anymore. We can't do that.
Sexist.
Yes, sexist. But he's just a great guy. But he can't spell. He's a tough speller. You're going to turn him down?
A third of girls are saying yes.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay.
33%.
It's a lot of
Do you think that's right? That seems high to me.
That seems
or
right.
Maybe, really?
I know a lot of girls that go on Facebook and they see bad grammar, bad spelling, just not knowing the difference between your and your, stuff like that. Like, it's a turnoff for girls because some girls that I know want a smart guy. They want a guy that's got his education together.
Question: how do you know the guy isn't smart? What if? Cause I know sometimes if I'm in a hurry, I'll know something's misspelled, like on a text, and I'm not. I just don't correct it because I don't have the time to go. Oh, your is it you are? I'm just writing it down there.
Well, and also
awful defensive.
Defensive. Defensive.
Well, the other thing that I wonder too with text correct. I mean, I'm always having to go back and send that other one-word text that's like, it changed it. I don't know why. Here's what the word should have been.
I'm with you, Kevin. It's annoying.
Okay, so I'm curious. I'd like to hear from that 33%. Have you ever broken a date over spelling? Joy's on here from Delray Beach. Hello, Joy.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good. All right, so tell us, you've actually done this before?
Yeah.
Okay, and what happened with this guy? Who was this guy?
So I met this guy on Tinder a couple months ago, and we were texting back and forth to just find a place to meet up. And the way he would just spell things, like if he'd say, "You're so hot," it would come out as Y-E-R for your.
Okay.
And hot would be H-A-W-T. And I wasn't sure if he was trying to be funny, but then everything would continue that way. Like he'd say, "Would love to meet up with you," and he'd spell wood like tree wood, and then love with you.
Okay.
And meat like as in like, a hot dog meat. And then I was thinking, does this guy even have a GED? Like, what is his deal?
Okay.
Would love to meet you.
Okay. Yeah, and so
is it just text slang, or does he not know how to spell? You got to figure out.
It's kind of weird because there are almost some words where you're like, okay, that's not that big of a deal on that. Like the "you're" and "your," that I'm okay. But yeah, some of them where it's just as easy to spell it the right way. When they don't, then that's when you're like, okay.
Well, the hot could be slang. That could him trying to be like cute. Oh, you're hot.
Yeah, H-A-W-T is kind of funny.
Yeah.
But if he just doesn't have the basic grasp of spelling, it's not sexy.
My suggestion would be this. Go out and meet him. See if you like him first. And then everything else will be easy for you. Give the guy a chance.
Did she meet him? Did she ever go on a date?
No, I just stopped responding. He just sounded like a complete idiot.
No, was there one that was kind of like the final text that you're just like, okay, I can tell? Because, I mean, so far it's like, okay, it's questionable, but was there anything that was worse than that, than would?
Well, I mean, he spelled the word "no" correctly, which I was shocked. But then when he said he might want to meet us at the beach, it was B-E-E-C-H, like beach tree.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, like, where...
I think you
don't
should...
even know if this,
I think you should try to meet him and see if you even like him, and then give a chance.
Okay.
I can't tell if he's being silly, or if he truly doesn't know how to spell.
Yeah.
I would keep exploring until I figured that out. But once I figured it out, I mean, if he doesn't know how to spell beach, we ain't gonna last.
About how many text messages would you say it was, Joy, before you were kind of like, all right, I don't think we're gonna connect?
I think we exchanged for like, I don't know, 20, 30 texts.
Okay.
And it was ridiculous. I was afraid that he's going to spell my name wrong now.
Okay, so
Three letters.
it was a good sample size for you, and you're just like, okay, at this point, probably not somebody I'm going to click with. I'm not going to waste the time on
I do
it.
know why so many girls are single, though. High maintenance. Oh, he spelled hot.
It's not high maintenance.
I'm not gonna meet up with him and give him a chance to see if it's even a goofy joke.
Look, if it's important to you that your man be educated and know how to properly spell and use grammar, if those things are important to you, and you see that this guy texting you clearly is either too goofy or too dumb, you know already. If you're that kind of girl that's bothered by it, it's not going to work between you and him.
I would just say, if you're only having a text relationship, a lot of things can get lost just through text. You should give somebody, if you're trying to be in the dating game, and if that's what you're gonna not even meet up with somebody just because they spell something wrong during a text.
She was annoyed.
Somebody
She
said,
was off put by it.
somebody texted in and said, I think Joey's being catfished by a 10-year-old.
That's possible too.
That is possible.
Anything's possible in this cyber world.
Kevin's on here from West Palm. What's your comment, Kevin?
All right, so look, now I know why Beyonce sings to so many single ladies, right? I mean, this is ridiculous. The complete concept of you're not going to give somebody a chance because they text not in the King's English, so to speak. A lot of
King's English.
I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of millennials and young people grew up texting, and they talk a certain way. Like you, it's just you, and then R is just R. All right. Unless we're gonna have the grammar police go ahead and review content on text messages before they're released. And short of that, I mean, look. So if you find that that's important to you, so how would you feel if a man says, you know what, it's important to me that anybody that I'm going to consider going on a date with is at least a C cup, right? Because that's what I find important to me.
I know guys that have said that.
Okay. So, and what's your opinion of them?
Well, everybody has their own criteria, you know? I mean, if a guy only wants to date girls with big boobs, I get it. That's what he's attracted to.
And if girls don't want to date a bad speller, then you say that's their right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you're going to call in, you're going to get some opinions about the matter. If you come on the airwaves and talk about he spelled hot the wrong way and I never gave him a chance, you're going to get some opinions.
She don't like that. She likes a man who takes grammar and spelling seriously. It's important to her.
Somebody said the whole spelling thing is ridiculous. You realize there are a lot of smart people who have college educations that cannot write a letter and they cannot spell. Okay. They're saying there's a lot of intelligent people that are really bad when it comes to grammar.
They're college educated and they can't write a letter? That, to me, seems a little questionable.
Well, somebody was saying, I've got a son that's in, like, he focuses on math science. He's like in engineering, but he's a horrible speller.
You still have to do the basics. Everyone has to do the basic freshman classes.
Another text said, yeah, I ghosted a guy for his terrible spelling. It was almost like reading a second language. That's how bad it was. I couldn't be in a long-term relationship with that. Imagine reading those misspelled texts for years.
Baby, I love you so much.
Go live somewhere else.
Somebody texted and said, yeah, I've never broken a date, but if you can't spell, you're lazy, and that says a lot.
But I agree with what you guys are starting to say, but you don't know any of that without meeting somebody.
You're right.
You're just making an assumption.
But I love to make assumptions. I'm very judgy.
I know.
I'd probably do the same thing if I was her. If that guy was so off base with the spelling and the grammar, and it went on for like 35 texts, I would be like, I'm losing my interest.
You don't have to sell that you're judgy to me or Kevin. We know. Or you don't even have to sell to the audience either.
Unless he's really, really hot. Now, what is his picture?
Well,
is he a 10?
Yeah. How H-A-W-T is he?
Right.
Somebody said about Virginia, once a smart guy can't say burglar correctly.
Burglar.
Oh, man. Gosh, it's so annoying.
Charlene's on here from Boca. What's your comment, Charlene?
Hey guys, so I dated this guy. This was long before texting, and I never saw him write a letter. But I dumped him because he did not know how to use, or he didn't know how to say the word saturate. So So it was, we were teenagers. We were cleaning his car, and he was like, "Oh, go ahead and armor all my tires, right?" So it's like the whole thing. So we're out there doing that, and I armor all the tires. And he goes, "No, you got it. No, you're doing it wrong." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You've got to satch it." And I'm like, "You got to what?" And he was like, "You have to satch it." And I'm like, "I don't understand a word that you're saying." And he said, "No, you have to just get it all wet." And I go, "You mean you're trying to say saturate?" He's like, yeah, satch it. I'm like, oh my, like 2 more dates, I was done. I couldn't get it out of my
That
head
was
that he
it.
said
Oh yeah,
that.
you would have had a tough time with me. You would have not liked me at all.